This is the Kingdom of Zaldura. I just made that up right now. This is a kingdom full of beauty, danger, and mystery as well, full of mobs that we do not want to mess with at all. And these are members from my Discord server, link to that is in the description. Their goal is to elect a king, make an amazing kingdom, and survive all of the dangers that may come after them. And with all of these factors, it led to an amazing story that you do not want to miss out on, so watch to the end to find out what happens. And so I present to you the Medieval Civilization event. After releasing my members from my Discord server, they immediately started looting the barrels that they were surrounded by. As soon as the players had some tools from the barrels, they started chopping down the trees with these tools, where they'd also discovered that these weapons were not in the game at all, showing the mystery presented to this land. They would also gain tons of armor from the barrels as well, which was weak but stronger than iron. The players were also given a variety of blocks, so that way they could build their kingdom, but the players ended up running away from spawn where I wanted their kingdom to be built. Because I needed players to work together, I created the role system the exact same way I did in the Wild West event. I created 4 roles: Archer, Knight, Wizard, and King, and immediately I started hosting auditions for who would get the Archer role. You see, there were 2 parts to each role. There's the average Archer role, and then for the one who did better in the auditions I would host would gain the Master role, which allowed them to get better gear from the role they were given. On the Archer side of things, the 2 Archers were going to be Lightning Fang and Lacuna. Lacuna would be the Master Archer, and then I hosted auditions for the Knights. There would be 3 Knights: me, Sturma, and the head Knight would be Led Gamer. And after I had that all set out, I needed to work on the Wizard role, and the Wizard role would be given to a man named Badar because he had the best skin for this sort of role. I did it this way because I knew that the Wizard items were extremely powerful, as each item that this Wizard man had gotten would give him magical powers. And then finally I give the mystery role to my admin, which we'll see later on in the video. But for now, I went to go join Sturma and Lit in clearing out all these mobs so we can make a safe location to build a kingdom. And while we were doing that, my admins would go around and interview all the players they could find.
So what's your game plan in this event?
Depends what other people's, like, I don't really, I'm just gonna try and get some gear right now, and eventually help them build the castle.
What's your role in the event?
Archer.
So what's your game plan?
My game plan, I'm teamed up with Lit right now, and I guess we'll just travel around till we find the king and then protect him, because that's what we're supposed to do.
Are you gonna like betray him or kill him?
It depends on what happens.
Okay, Lit, what's your game plan in this event?
So basically, I want everybody to like meet up, right? Then we build a badass castle and basically do a civilization.
So you gonna kill the king or betray him?
No, I'm supposed to protect the king.
You're gonna kill Survivor?
Whenever PvP turns on, hell yeah.
Okay then.
Unless he's king.
I'm suggesting just kill him, just in case, you know. So Survivor, what's your game plan in this event?
Well, I might go for the less chaotic approach and actually try to unite people for once.
Okay.
But obviously, if, you know, things go wrong, I'll kill people.
Okay, so are you gonna like kill the king or someone?
It depends who the king is.
Okay, you're gonna kill it?
No, I don't think I'm gonna kill it.
After that was done, we managed to convince Badar to join our team, which moved our team up to 4 players: me, Badar, Sturma, and Lit Gamer. And after that, we created a to-do list. But it turns out doing all of these things on the to-do list were extremely difficult because mobs were wearing very strong armor and had stronger weapons than usual. But when the rain finally cleared and the night was finally gone, we managed to make a little progress by making a farm and a hut. Now that we had a good food source, I felt confident in creating a wall, which is what I ended up doing, and then I recruited Lacuna to join our team, boosting our team up to 5 players. I would also get the first layer of the wall done, which ended up keeping out mobs even though it was only 1 layer high. Creating a wall would establish myself in the community very well, as I would spend the first hour on the wall, but when I finally got to the finishing touches of it by adding a little spiky pattern to it, we would get to the election event. And as a result, we would be all put in 1vc by the admins.
Oh! What is this place?
This was a building that the admins had created so we could vote who the king would be. Then the admins wanted us to take a seat so they could explain what we were about to do.
So, we are going to elect a king, the ruler of the castle, and basically your leader. The rules are, you can vote for someone else who is not you. So you take a name tag from this chest right here, and you name it the username of who you want to elect as king with this anvil, and then you give me the sheet of paper, or the name tag or whatever, and I will tally it up and decide who is going to be the king. Yes, you do need to do speeches.
Alright.
So,
Up first.
who's up first?
Yeah, sure. I got it.
Alright.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that got diamonds, so you want to enchant? Hey, with me.
Howdy, y'all.
I'm telling you.
My name's One Survivor. I'm elected for king because one, I got skill, I got experience with these types of events. I know what it's like to be a leader. I got great connections, and I'm not gonna lie, man. It's gonna be an easy win if we all work together as planned, and you know, super cool. And Luca, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna ban you, bruh.
Hello, please elect me. I have this lightning rod. I could get a creeper.
Alright, so y'all should elect me leader because I'm crazy at the game.
I will help lead us to survive this world, building a mighty castle, securing food, diamonds for all.
Pretty sure I'm the
And
only
in the
one
way
that
of
got
anything that disasters come, we shall form, under me, an army so strong we can take down the very dragons of this world.
Since I thought that Lacuna did such a good job with his speech, I decided that I was going to vote for him as king. It was definitely a better idea to vote him than Lit Gamer, someone who is definitely more into war than he is into politics, unlike Lacuna, who would definitely lead us into something.
By the power vested in me as the king's advisor, Lacuna, you are now the king of the world. Come on up here. You can. That's your chair. That's
Any
you can
speech?
sit on that. Yeah, winner speech.
Speech.
Okay, Lacuna. Now we will do the coronation. So here you go. This is the coronation.
Stand behind the podium. Come on, bro.
Oh, I was picking up stuff.
Come claim your crown, your shield, and your royal weapon. That I accidentally picked it back up. Okay.
Ooh. Ooh. Wait.
Damn, let's see how drippy you look.
Come on, turn around. Let us see that drip, bro. Come on.
How is it compared to? Oh, it's better. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Come on.
Damn!
Bro, the
You look
timing.
like Thor.
Behold, the king of the realm.
Oh, it has Curse of Binding on it, but it's really good enchantments. But yeah, any of you find cactus, please bring it to me. I want cactus.
All right.
And so now our team went to finally becoming a kingdom led by Lacuna. But while we were celebrating, the admins stayed behind as they were not watching us, and then they would separate like as if they were up to something. But one of the admins would end up watching us for the rest of the event. Then me and Badar, because we were bored, went on an exploration where we came across an outpost owned by the Red Army, where they had commanders, knights, and soldiers all lurking across the outside of the outpost, making us think that there was something important here. So we ended up approaching it, sneaking past the archers, just to get a close look and to see what was inside of the outpost. But while we were doing this, one of the commanders would end up spotting us, which then we ended up having to get into a fight and taking on the entire outpost.
Badar, run! Ah!
These Red Army commanders were proven to be extremely difficult to kill, but I would eventually be able to take down one of them, and then I heard lightning strikes indicating that Badar was in trouble. Sure enough, Badar would have a lot of soldiers on his tail, which I ended up coming in to save him and end up taking on the soldiers myself.
I got him. All right. Oh, run, Luca, run. I got him.
Okay. I need to upgrade the farm more. I'll just work on that.
No. Oh, Badar! Oh,
Don't die, whatever you do.
Badar, run. Badar, just run. Badar, just run. He can break shields, bro.
What are you fighting? Hold up.
Knights. Oh.
This commander seemed way more skilled than his fellow friends as he tried to crit me, and even if he landed a crit on me, it would probably end my life immediately as his axe was 10 times stronger than my own. But with Badar on my side, I felt totally safe in taking on this entire outpost, and together we would finish off the final soldiers that were lurking around the outside of the outpost. And after taking most of them out, we were able to get inside of the outpost and able to access all of the goodies that were inside of the outpost as well.
So you gotta wake them up,
What's in
pretty
there?
much. Yeah. These walls can easily be burned.
I also would still have to download everything.
Oh,
And then finally, we took out the rest of the archers, and right after doing that, I then convinced Badar to give me the sword he had acquired from all of the fighting, as it was better than my own sword and faster as well, and him giving me this sword was good, because I was considered a knight, which meant I would do more damage on the battlefield than him. On our way back, we noticed tons of soldiers lurking out in the distance and following us along the way back home, but we ignored them and continued along the way back to the kingdom. And then right after, when we got back, a man with red eyes named the Traveler would arrive, where you would give him an item in exchange he would give you an item back based on its value. Considering we were very poor, I had to really sell the items I was giving him, giving these items that I gave him random names, and somehow they would work, allowing me to get the gear for an enchantment table. The Traveler was also proven quite useful as we were given random messages from the admins, and so we would go to him to ask him what they meant, and he would tell us that we were in danger. These kind of warnings scared me and Badar, and so we went back into the election room where we'd find one overpowered set of armor, the commander's armor, and immediately we would take it for our own, which would allow us to protect ourselves and our friends from the incoming danger. And sure enough, in the morning, a crusade of Red Army soldiers would arrive at our walls, where we met them with giant amount of force, but it didn't seem that we were going to be able to do any damage to them, and then eventually they got into our walls.
oh, why are they inside? Okay.
And then a creeper explosion would allow as many Red Army soldiers as the Red Army pleaded into our kingdom. This was terrible news for our new player named Power, as they were immediately targeted by the archers because they had 0 amounts of armor.
They drop diamonds.
Yeah.
Sadly, the Red Army would find Badar and kill him, making the first casualty of the crusade.
Oh, well, there he goes. Dakota! Oh, shoot. Get on the walls.
I happen to back up one up.
Lacuna!
It didn't look like there was much hope for us, but then when I looked at my inventory, I apparently picked up the lightning rod that Badar had dropped, and I immediately started using it against my enemies. With the power of Badar's lightning rod, I was able to kill all the Red Army soldiers that were nearby me, and I was able to take out the rest of them with my hand, all thanks to Badar's sacrifice. But the wand would end up breaking, but I was kind of okay with it because I thought that I was dealing with the final amount of soldiers left, but I'd be proven wrong as there were still lots of them left. So I charged in with my knife and prayed that I could take them all out. But there were still too many of them for me to take on alone, so I called in Lacuna, and together we took on the rest of the Red Army. With his Mjolnir and my speedy knife, we were easily able to take out tons of these guys. Eventually, we'd get down to the last soldier, and after killing him, the rain would clear, showing us that we had completed and survived the raid. But there were some Red Army soldiers outside, leaving us to have to take them on one by one, but they weren't no match for us because there weren't as many of them as there were inside of the base from earlier. And so, after we had dealt with most of them, my chestplate would sadly break, which was bad news because I could no longer get speed. Eventually, peace was finally brought to the battlefield and all the useless items began despawning. This gave me, Lacuna, Sturma all time to mourn the death of Badar and Power, but then I realized that the Traveler was probably all powerful. So I asked him if he could revive Power and Badar. In exchange, he told me that one of them would owe him a favor later on in the event. I didn't know what this favor would be, but I didn't really care, I just wanted my friends back. Sure enough, with one word, Badar and Power would be brought back to life, which made me very happy, and we started gearing them up right away. Now that the war was finally over, I can now create an enchantment table, which is what I ended up doing, which allowed us to be able to enchant all of our items. And since the Traveler was still in town, I managed to trade for my chestplate back that granted me speed, making me once again a fast and dangerous man. But it then started raining, and the rain turned into a thunderstorm, which alerted us that something dangerous might come near us. We'd end up being right, as when we looked on the outside of our wall, it turns out that there were Red Army soldiers right there waiting for us, and as they had us distracted, they managed to sneak inside of the kingdom, attacking Sturma and Lit Gamer right away.
I'm just gonna hide in here.
I may have made a mistake.
What?
Oh, what the hell?
With words like those, I knew that the Red Army was in the base, and I'd turn around to see that they were inside attacking Lit and Sturma.
I know.
Oh, they're in! They're in! They're in!
Seeing that Lit needed help, I would run in and start doing damage to the soldiers, but then Badar came in and cleared off all of the Red Army soldiers that were near us, and so then we ran to where Sturma was, where he had the rest of the soldiers on his tail. And together we took on the rest of the Red Army. And after we had killed all of them and made sure that Sturma was safe, we then had to go outside because the Red Army was also outside of our base as well. It turned out that arrows didn't do any damage to most of the soldiers outside, so me and Badar had to run out and deal with the soldiers in hand-to-hand combat.
Why is somebody bought a go out and nighttime?
Yo, Sturma, how aren't you dead? What the hell?
Because I have food.
Something felt like an ender pearl right into me. Like ender pearl effects.
After killing the last commander, it was set to daytime, which was the Adamant's indicator that we had survived the Second Crusade. Although the Traveler wasn't present in the fight, he was still in our kingdom, and he had offered some trades, and then he seemed to be a lot more agitated this time, as he scammed Sturma of one of the most powerful swords in the game, giving him this ice sword. In exchange, the Traveler would give Sturma some levels to enchant things. The Traveler then stood outside of our base. As he was flying above the tree and yelling a bunch of things in anger, we didn't take him seriously, but I don't think he was happy with us offering a bunch of trades, and as a result, he took Badar's life. The Traveler kindly brought Badar back to life, but he stood outside of our base and screamed a bunch of things in anger still, and then eventually he decided to show his anger and bring it onto us by summoning a fire dragon right above our heads.
Yo, stop breaking it, bro. Your actions have consequences.
You suck.
Good job. Mine now. Mine now. Alright, wait.
I'm dead.
Oh, I'm not dead. I'm alive.
AXP?
Yep. The dragon is still here, guys. Guys, it's still here. Go, 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 go.
I think I got him. Yep, I got him. He's dead.
Well, he's dead.
He's dead.
How are you killing him so quickly?
Probably because when you kill a dragon that's already tamed, it's like weaker.
Ooh.
We celebrated as we had killed the dragon, gaining dragon scales, dragon bones, and even dragon eggs, but I still missed Lit as I literally watched him get turned into KFC right in front of my eyes. And luckily for me, the Traveler was taking a really long time with Badar, so I decided to confront him about reviving my friend back.
Damn, Lit, you better be happy you're trying to listen to me.
I know.
Bro,
Bro,
yeah.
you're so welcome, Lit.
That wasn't even fair, bro.
Yes.
No warnings at all.
Turned out that reviving Lit was my last trade offer, which meant that I could no longer trade with the Traveler anymore, but I brought my friend back, and so I decided to gear him up with zero regrets in the final trade I had made. For the next hour, the world seemed quite peaceful as the sun began to rise and nothing bad had happened in a while. During this time of peace, I decided that I was going to take this opportunity to hatch a fire dragon, and so I would then have a baby fire dragon pet. How cool is that? But during this time of peace, the Traveler would send a mysterious man to watch our every move, wearing black armor and having extremely powerful gear and weapons. And that would be when we met a man named Kasla, who was in our minds the entire time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quite literally under your feet.
I'm sorry, when did this happen?
A while ago.
Oh, alright. Welcome to the place, you know. It's pretty drippy.
Pretty lovely. I love it.
So,
Yeah, I'll put sharpness and some lifesteal enchant on here.
Oh, that's dope, because I did the
Alright.
exact same thing with mine. I know mine's like 3 inches, but you know what? 3 inches has a good personality, okay?
Even though we didn't know Kasla and he was hiding in our basement, we still took him into our kingdom, giving him all the gear he needed to protect himself no matter what came and tried to attack us. But then Lacuna would be asked what was the name of our kingdom, and so we'd come up with a name.
we're the Butter Empire. That's what.
Sure, Sturma.
No. Oh, wait. No. Don't name it that. It's the Butter Imperium. The Butter Imperium.
Kasla had now geared up, and our kingdom was now at 7 players, but when we felt safe, all of a sudden the Traveler came demanding to see the king.
Okay,
Take me to your king?
Lacuna, come here.
We've done a lot with the Traveler, so we thought we were pretty safe and even cracked a few jokes.
He just pulls out a creative sword and one-shots you.
Things got pretty tense when he pulled out a sword, but we still found him as a friend and still cracked a few jokes.
Please! Look at that, bro. That's like 10 inches at least.
Our view of the Traveler would then change when he put on a full set of armor.
What the? Hey, yo!
The Traveler then told us that the gods were not pleased with Lacuna.
About what?
And without replying, the Traveler would attack.
Hey, yo, we about to get into a fight, bruh. Oh!
Oh, get him!
We declare war. Hey, yo, who war? Who's war?
We're.
Once the Traveler was flying over our heads about to attack us, we then realized something pretty important.
Hey, yo, who's the only one who's not here?
Lacuna.
I'm
No,
here.
Madar.
Wait, batter. Yo.
Guys,
We're gonna die.
Hey!
We're gonna die.
It's over.
We're gonna die.
Oh!
It turned out that Batter had been working with the Traveler all along and began trying to kill Sturma, but together he was no match against us, and we would end up killing him, and then right after we started going after the Traveler.
Oh, yeah, dragon.
Oh
Take
my
me to dragon.
god, I got pieced up.
Oh, wait. Oh.
I didn't do nothing.
Oh.
And just like that, we thought it was over, but then the Traveler made it pretty clear that it wasn't over at all.
That did. Damn.
Hey, Sturma, actually.
Oh.
Oh!
Now he's a dragon.
Okay.
I can't even hit him.
Summon dragon! Dragon, go! Oh.
Easy.
The voice.
No, I don't.
Hey!
Dragon!
Dragon!
What? Another one.
Bro, it's like in the dark night. Nah, this ain't fair.
Yo, how is it dead already, bro?
Die. What the
Oh my god, look at that thing, bro.
Damn, I guess the dragon got. Yo!
Oh!
What? Frostmoth? Bro, it's about to be so
Yo, he looks mad goofy looking good.
goofy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, honestly, the easiest thing.
Seeing that we were able to kill 2 fire dragons and a frost gnaw, the Traveler started spawning a bunch of nargs, which are mythical creatures that give you withering and poisoning and blindness. So we began fighting them, and once we finished them, he then spawned in this giant knight that we had to fight. We couldn't do anything against him despite using all of our abilities, all of our potion effects, they just wouldn't work on him. But we figured out that in order to take him down, he'd have to use a slashing effect and then his back would be exposed, which allowed us to defeat him. And with the knight's helmet and weapon, we were easily able to take down the Traveler who tried attacking Lacuna once again. But it turns out all we would do is end up just angering the Traveler even more as he started summoning a bunch of bosses.
Oh, what?
Oh, the wizard?
Hell no.
This ain't nothing compared to the bedrock wither, bro. We got this.
Our situation got way worse as the travelers summoned a wither and then even continued spawning some narcs, which gave us poisoning and withering.
Oh, he's targeting me now.
What the hell? That's right, the Traveler would end up summoning the Ender Dragon to act as a bulldozer into destroying our base. He would destroy most of the land on the ground, and we just couldn't fight him or even kill him, as every time we got close to him, we'd get knocked back. Somehow we would manage to kill him, and this would allow us to focus on the Wither.
Wow.
That he just died? Did they kill him?
We'd have to fight a couple more of the big knights, but they weren't a problem because we had figured out how they worked. While we were weak and broken during the night, the Red Army came in to try to finish us off.
Bro, what? Oh my god!
What?
Oh! What timing, though?
Rattle music!
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
We got like.
Unfortunately for the Red Army, they came at a time where we had gained new weapons and way more powerful mythic items, which allowed us to be able to take them out no problem. We were now more confident than ever, so when it became daytime, we demanded the Traveler to spawn a Hydra, which he would do, and this would be the final fight that we would have to go through.
God! Oh my god, I'm gonna die! Wow!
Hey, yo!
The Traveler would also summon a Lightning Dragon, so I went in to go help Sturma and live with the Lightning Dragon while my baby dragon continued to fight the Hydra. He was no match for the 4 heads, but he still put up a pretty good fight. I was distracted dealing with all the narcs and the dragon that were in the area. We were then, as a group, able to take down the Lightning Dragon, and then we focused on the narcs using our bows and arrows, able to take them down. While that was happening, apparently Lit Gamer was able to take down the Hydra, thanks to the help with my baby dragon. Lit would survive, but as for my baby dragon, he was not lucky at all, and he would not make it out alive.
Bro, my baby dragon, no!
Alright, let's loot him up!
No! No!
Alright, wait, he's not getting looted up.
No!
Oh, dragon!
No! No!
Oh!
Thanks to the sacrifice of my baby dragon, we were finally at peace, but as for our kingdom, it was completely destroyed. There were holes everywhere and our loot was completely gone. And the Traveler would give up, telling us the final war was finally over and that we could live in peace.
This music is perfect with this, bro.
Let's go, we did it! Bro.
Imagine a plot twist.
Bro, that would be that would really suck.
What plot twist?
Plot twist!
Hey!
But then there was a plot twist, as Lit was then messaged by the Traveler telling him that if he wanted to be the king of the world, he would have to kill everyone. So when Sturma went off on his own to go live a life of his own, Lit would then chase after Sturma, and me and Lacuna would try to stop him from killing Sturma, but it was too late and a free-for-all would begin.
No, Lit, wrong guy, wrong guy. Let's go!
I'm loading it.
Get the king!
You're next, bro. You're next, bozo!
Driver, kill Lit, bro. Kill Lit for please. He's off this, bro. He's out. Yeah, people up. Yes, sir. Go! Go, driver! Go!
No!
Yes!
I would be the last man standing, and when I thought I could finally be at peace, I would have to meet the Traveler for one last meeting with him.
Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied? Everyone's dead. Everyone's dead. Everyone's dead. You know what I have to do.
No.
Sucks to,
no.
Sucks to suck, man. Sucks
No.
to suck. Oh.
Yo, get the sword.
I've done it. Oh my
play
god.
And so I would grab the final things that I wanted to take, and I decided that I was going to leave the kingdom forever. Didn't want to have to kill my friends, but I wasn't given a choice in this situation, and so I had to survive by killing them. But feeling bad will not justify the fact that I had to murder my friends in cold blood. And that is something that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. Maybe in a different lifetime, my friends don't die and we do survive all together. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. If you want to see more Civilization events, then be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.